What's up, everyone? Thank you for the wait. This is Prizm Retail. This is player break number 5, guys. As a friendly reminder to everybody, guys, we do have a $25 bounty. It's for any true green ice parallel of your player's card. It cannot be the insert, such as the emergent or the Prizm break, or anything to that degree. It has to be the true. What's up, Gio? What's up, Time Serve? What after this? We're gonna go back to Optic Blasters. Optic Blasters. A little under the weather. Nothing bad, nothing bad. I got that next after the Optic Blasters, and after that we'll kind of reorganize. Yo, what's up, buddy? Yeah, no, I don't know. I started coughing a little bit yesterday, and then today it's getting progressively worse. Yeah, a little quieter. Yeah, a little quieter. I'm trying to conserve the voice. I don't feel bad, but I'm starting to like gurgle. So usually that's not good news for me. But I had a great time at Mania. Who's out there, guys? How's everybody doing? I had a great time, yeah. I was pissed at the main event, though. I was pissed at the Cena and Cody match. Yes, we do. You need your Tiffy times. And you need your main event Jey Usos. I did, Gio. Yeah, I went to both nights. And I went to Raw last night. The first night, I think I almost enjoyed the first night just as much as the second night. Like, I know it was a lesser card, but, like, Jey Uso was fun. Again, nothing crazy on that match. The War Raiders, New Day, I think nothing special about that, to be honest with you. What else do we have? I can't even think of who else came out on that first night now. That triple threat made it, though. That triple threat was amazing. Entrances are great. It was awesome. Second night, obviously, a little bit more fresh in my mind. But that triple threat with the females, oh my gosh. Probably the best female match I've ever watched in my life. Like, I can honestly say that. Yeah, I mean, Mrs. Hammer loves Ripley. I was all for EO because I like the Japanese style of wrestling. There was 2 tables that broke all night from McIntyre and Damian Priest. There was 2 tables. So that was about it, really. There was a little bit of a street fight. Oh, shit. Oops. Oh, I didn't. I got crushed, buddy. I got crushed. I think it was Thursday night. I think I went to the casino Thursday. I got murdered. Literally, majority of the profit, if not all of the profit, was gone. That quickly, I got murdered. Things did not, like, one of those days where everything goes right for you. In this case, everything went wrong. No matter what I played. Blackjack, Dragon Links, Bubble Craps. Bubble Craps was okay, actually. Craps was probably the best thing working that day. I don't know if that was real adoption papers. I think he, like, printed one out to make it look real. That was cool, though, yeah. It was like a little certificate. But yeah, it was awesome. Who else fought on night 1? Who else am I missing on night 1? Who else fought? Why can't I think? My brain is so sore from wrestling. New Day, War Raiders fought. And then nobody cared for AJ Styles and Logan Paul. Who else am I missing? The 4-way was great too. So this is not megas. These are the retail over-the-counters. So this would technically be a half case, but like our blasters and everything like that. We got like a giant case. It's like a 24 by 24 filled with them. So I didn't actually get cases shipped from distribution on these. I got them literally like piles of them. Yes, LA Knight versus Jacob Fatu was phenomenal. Jacob Fatu is awesome. If you think you did, Sean, I'd recommend emailing our grading. Our shipping team just in case. If you want to email shipping at the Blez, obviously we appreciate your honesty, and we can triple check it. And in the event it is someone else's card, you know, we'll take care of it. And obviously, as the breakers, we'll take care of you, and you know, a little something too for being honest. Which everybody over here has been beyond honest. Yeah, if you email shipping at the Blez, that little tag right below me, let them know what card you got, and if you know the break that it came from, that would also be awesome. That would also be very helpful, brother. Hell yeah, Sean. Thank you for being honest, brother. Nice to meet you. We're human. We definitely make mistakes, Sean, but we always take care of you no matter what. If you are on the receiving end on that, or if you are on the giving end of it, depending, you know, we'll take care of you no matter what. What other matches did I forget except for LA Knight? There's LA Knight. I can't believe I can't remember, Gio. Like, I'm literally, like, my head is hurting right now. It's crazy. What other matches was night one? Jacob Fatu is a freaking beast. I love that match. That match was awesome. Couple matches I know I didn't care for. The New Day and War Raiders didn't care for, but I actually kind of like that big dude from the War Raiders. He was kind of cool. The Fatal 4-Way was great with Braun Breaker them. Orton versus Joe Hendry was hilarious. That was just a lighthearted match, which actually made sense for his story now that we watched what happened on Raw. Although we already knew Orton versus Cena was coming because Backlash is in St. Louis, his hometown. Yeah. And that's all it really needed to be. Let's be honest. That's all it really needed to be. I love Joe Hendry. I think he's classic. I don't like his wrestling skills. I don't like anything about that, but I like his entrance. Yeah, if that ever happens, yeah, for sure. You know, we take care of it, guys. You guys all know that. For better and sometimes for worse. Yeah, I mean, Gio, I'll be dead honest with you. I mean, I'm just happy I got to see Orton. I haven't seen him in like 20 years. 19, 20 years was the last time I saw him in Hawaii. So it's kind of cool to just see him get out there. He's definitely older and stuff. Great physical condition, don't get me wrong, but definitely a little bit older now. What other matches did I see? Hold on, I want to look now.
You good? You're good. Okay.
Oh yeah, the Rey Fenix match was pretty good versus El Grande Americano. The Tiffany Stratton match was okay. It was solid. Yeah, the Reigns match, the Reigns triple threat was great. It was just awesome. CM Punk's entrance, seeing that live living color, phenomenal. Like seeing the live band play the entrances, freaking sick. Super sick. Right, night 2 yesterday, the triple threat match with Io Sky them, man. The females came so far. I could never, like, I'll be honest, I never used to really care for the females matches. I used to just be like, they're okay. Now I can honestly tell you those are my favorite matches. Io Sky them, Rhea, Bianca, like literally my favorite matches of WrestleMania. Oh, Joe Hendry is very boring, yeah. But his collaborations with like the Hardys and everything like that is pretty funny. Kind of wish Jeff. They said Jeff Hardy was supposed to be the one that came out to face Orton. I thought that would have been pretty cool. But yeah, I'll get to Monday Night Raw. So after the females match, yeah, the Orton match was cool. Logan Paul match sucked. The Damian Priest one was alright. Who else am I missing? The Fatal 4-Way was great. I really like Penta, really like Braun. Everybody booed Dominic Mysterio, and then when he won, everybody just fucking erupted. He might have had one of the loudest pops when he won the title. It was pretty crazy. And we knew Braun was going to go after the world title after this run, so we kind of knew that was happening. I think I'm missing one match out of that. And yeah, and then the Cena match was kind of like, eh. Yeah, it was good because we knew that Braun Breaker was going to get pushed to the title. But we didn't know to what capacity, because now we don't know what the hell is happening between Reigns, Seth, and CM Punk. Yet alone Randy Orton and everything else, so there was a lot of questions. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I like Lyra. Lyra was cool. I don't really care for Becky Lynch. She's cool, but again, I never cared for the division too much. I like Lyra because of her ring attire, and she had good moves. Liv is good too. I don't really know much about Raquel Rodriguez. No, right. Yeah. And that's what we were all saying. We were like, bro, with that kind of pop, how are you going to keep Dirty Dom as a heel? Like, how do you keep that as a heel? I was at Raw he had the loudest pop. When he won the title, everybody went from booing the shit out of him to literally, like, being super thankful they watched him win it. It was ridiculous. Pretty cool, though. Pretty cool to witness. And then finally, we had the, yeah, that Cena match was just fucking lame. Anticipating, waiting, and just nothing. So I was pissed. I was like, I paid fucking for WrestleMania for this bullshit? Hey, that's horseshit. Thankfully, I went to Raw last night, though. And yeah, Raw was fun. Cena opened up the Raw. Felt a little awkward listening to him talk. It was just a boring match. Like, nothing crazy, you know, Cody Cutter, super attitude adjustment off the top rope. Then Travis Scott came out, and Travis Scott, we were like, okay, Rock's going to come out. Travis Scott, here we go. Here's the interferences. Travis Scott just came to the ring, pulled the referee out. He took a crossroads, and that was it. After he took the crossroads, John Cena grabbed the belt, whacked fucking Cody Rhodes, and then pinned him. 1, 2, 3, done. No Rock, no after, like, there was no interferences. I mean, Travis Scott interfering, sure, but there was no interferences. There wasn't, like, you know, it was just whacked him with the belt. He fell. He pulled the ref. 1, 2, 3, that was it. Boring. So lots of people were pissed at the main event. But supposedly later on that night and yesterday morning, lots of guys were DMing me, and they were like, oh, that was the point. Because John Cena's trying to ruin wrestling. That's what they said was the point. You know, he's ruining wrestling. He's not giving the people what they want. Because I thought you were going to get... exactly, it was very underwhelming. But I anticipated, you know, John Cena's last WrestleMania. I was like, oh, we're going to get his heel music. I was like, we're going to get his heel music. He might have some new attire. You know, he might finally, like, take this to another level. Thought we were going to see Rock. And we got jack shit. Like, we got nothing. So, supposedly, from a lot of fans, they're saying that was the point. That's how he's being a heel, is by not giving the people what they really want. Whether or not that's true or not, I don't know. But, ooh, oh, you did buy it. That's the Rhea belt, isn't it?
Yeah.
I knew it, because I seen that. Oh. Wait. Who's the other? Oh, one's Mick.
John Cena, Cody Rhodes.
Oh, wait, that's not the Rhea belt. Rhea has this same belt. That's signed. I'm sorry.
The real WrestleMania one, though. the authentic WrestleMania 41 belt.
And it's 7 of 15?
It's 25.
Oh, 25. Wait, which is Cena's auto?
This one?
This is Cena's.
Yeah. I knew that because I met him before and had him sign a baseball.
That is disgusting. There's a Rhea belt like that for like 1800, and I was like, I'm good.
I bought the.
Did you go to night 2 or did you only go to night 1?
I went to night's game for night 2.
Yeah, I mean, it does feel like an act, but I will tell you this, Tyler. I'll tell you this. I didn't see the Cactus Jack packs. I tried to get some. It's impossible. Oh, it's 10 boxes, Clint, and I got like 240 packs. You think these breaks take long? How do you think? How do you think you're gonna feel going through Optic full cases? If I'm by myself, the fastest I can do an Optic full case, and this is like full speed, is probably like 55 minutes. And that's me not casing everything. Yeah, no, so, Gio, yes, I think that's the point. And Tyler, I think that's the point. So I'll give it the benefit of the doubt. I'll give it the benefit of the doubt, for sure. But I was pissed, dude. Like, I went home Sunday night and I went on a rant on my Instagram and I was like, dude, like, there can be GC hoops. I just need someone to push them through. What do you want to see? I had Origins up till 10 o'clock and I just took that off. Optic Blasters is going to be our next break because that is right there. You don't need a sleever. It's nice to have one. But like even for me, like sometimes I prefer not to. Bro, I went off. I was pissed, guys. I was fucking pissed. I paid fucking $5,000 for this crap. Like don't get me wrong, I had a great time still, but I was like, what kind of main event was that? Like no Rock, like nothing special, no Taker. Like obviously Stone Cold HBK came out, sure, but like nothing else. So again, I don't know if that's the point. I can tell you this much: if John Cena is truly, if this is truly John Cena's real plan, is to give half-ass matches by saying I don't need to wrestle, I just gotta show up, blah blah blah. I admit he's pissing me off right now. Yeah, whoa, way more affordable for sure. Right, that's what I said. But again, maybe, yeah, I paid $5,000. Heat. Or me and Mrs. Hammer. Fuck yeah, it was expensive, Heat. I went on the floor. I mean, trust me, the cheapest tickets I think were like close to 1,000, bro. I'm sure you could have found some for 500, 600, 700 on the uppers like that, but I didn't want to do it. I don't care. It was WrestleMania, though. It's all G. I should have took it to the craps table. I probably would have murdered the craps table and had a better time. Or I could have got murdered and I would have been more pissed. I've never had another Dunruss Hobby GC. Never had another. You're in the wrong line of work? What does that mean? I had a year to save for that. Is there something wrong with that? I can sell cards and stuff, which is what I did. And I use my credit card still. Yeah, I went into debt, 100%. No, I didn't mind it. I didn't mind the stadium, truthfully. That was my first WrestleMania. It was awesome, yeah. It was great. Everything else was beautiful on that, though. Like, I don't regret spending it. I don't regret spending. I could have went faster. Yeah, Beastie. It's usually 20 minutes. Drake May. Not really rushing through it. I'm not feeling great right now. Nice Hurts on the checkerboard. Definitely a bucket list experience. I was just pissed, like, you know, I thought there was going to be more that went into it. And again, I'm sure there's certain things that I'm missing because I'm not a die-hard. I don't watch every week in and week out. But there's a sick Drake May from my brother Rhodey. Beautiful. Bowers. Daniels. Yeah, if you think I regularly spend $5,000 on tickets, you're generously mistaken. This is coming from a guy that, as I've told many of you many times before, I don't hang out with backer them or anything else because I know I can't hang with them. Straight up. Backer them were all there at WrestleMania. I didn't see them once. Saw them at Raw because the venue's smaller. Andrews gets $25 in Blez Bucks credits. Oh, nice Jefferson.
No, today, just now.
Another Daniels green ice. Oh, 100%. Like, I don't, like, trust me, I don't regret it. But after the main event, I was pissed. I was like, I paid this kind of money for this? This is fucking horseshit. Our chairs are like little plastic, cheap-ass Walmart chairs. The cheap shit, the thin-ass plastic chairs. None of these fucking Lifetime chairs from Walmart. I mean, none of the Lifetime chairs you see in Sam's Club, the thick ones. Hell no, we get the cheap-ass Walmart dollar store chairs. That's the kind of chairs we had. I was pissed. And they were zip-tied together so you couldn't move them. So we were literally sitting on each other. It's pretty funny, actually. I wouldn't have it any other way. Like, I wanted to be in the muck of everything happening. I didn't want to be a bystander in the stands and stuff. I'm like, I want to be right there. Exactly. But again, I mean, my point being, I was pissed because I was like, I literally wanted to, you know, I wanted to maybe see Rock, or I wanted to see a little bit more interference. I wanted to see like a little bit more of a creative finish instead of a blah finish, you know? Yeah, Stone Cold made a cameo, HBK made a cameo, Triple H, Earthquake made a cameo. Excuse me, Typhoon made a cameo, sorry. Typhoon that made a cameo. Yeah, Stone Cold, yeah. Penix. Christian Watson. JJ Green Ice. For anybody that went to WrestleMania, or anybody that watched WrestleMania, what was your thoughts? Because it put a very sour taste in my mouth, and then Ryzen. And then after Monday Night Raw, Brian Thomas. After Monday Night Raw, I was like, all right. I'm happy I went to Monday Night Raw. Like, Monday Night Raw was like, for me, it was the game changer. Like, that had all the surprise and everything like that. Sims. I did post it, DJ Neil. Can somebody post it again for DJ? I always post it, brother. You know me. I don't ever not post it. If you scroll up, I'm sure you may find it. Vita Vea gets 25. Anybody mind posting the player link for me, guys? So I don't have to stop. Oro. Yeah, that's what I mean. That one really tilted me. And like, if you ask anybody in that stadium, Gio, if you ask anybody in that stadium, here, DJ, Yeah, I mean, mind you, that was for me and Mrs. Hammer. Yeah, yeah. And Beastie talked to me. Like, I mean, I want to hear it from you guys, like the people that actually care. I want to hear it, like, from actual people that watched it. Like, it pissed me off. Like, I was actually like, never fucking again will I ever buy a WWE ticket. That was like my literal words that came out of my mouth. Again, not remembering that 2 months ago Cena said he's gonna ruin pro wrestling, yada 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 yada. I didn't know that that's what that meant. Exactly. Travis Scott, like, you suck. Yeah, none of us care about it. Exactly. And if I ever hear that song Fiend ever again in my life, I will blow my brains out. We all knew Cena was gonna win, exactly. But that's the point. Like, surprise us by letting Cody win, or have Seth Rollins come out to help Cody, or something to that degree. We were waiting. All of us were waiting for it, and nothing happened. So when we were in that stadium, ask anybody. Like, nobody stood up when John Cena pinned him after hitting him with the belt. None of us stood up because we're like, there's no way that's gonna end it. We were like, there's no way that's gonna end Cody Rhodes. That's why if you guys watched that match, nobody really stood up. There was a handful of people that stood up, but none of us stood up. If you look at my whole section, nobody stood up, because we were like, no way. And then it just ended. So when the 3 count hit and they rung the bell, we were like, okay, that just happened. Something's gonna happen right now. Everybody had their phones out. We all had our phones out because we're like, who's gonna interfere? We're looking. Nothing happened. Couple people started to leave their seats, but nobody left that stadium. Then the credits appeared. The credits, the production credits and all that stuff. All of that started to appear. Nobody left. Nobody left. Everybody was just waiting, thinking that, Cena's music was playing way too long. So we're like, okay, something's going to happen. Penix, still waiting. And then after that, Cena's music literally cut off. And then that was it. They were like, oh, thank you for attending WrestleMania. Get home safe. And we're like, what? That's the thing that got us. Parsons. And then at that point, all of us was like pissed off. Everyone in that crowd was like mad. Okarike, I think that's the other's giant spot. Just got a bounty. Yeah, I don't like these 2-night events. They're stretching them all too much. I mean, it must be good, like, business-wise. Like, business-wise, it must be good. Because, like, I mean, at least your talent doesn't have to, like, consistently be on the road. Like, they can stay, rest, recover, train, do whatever. So that must be good. And obviously, less stress on the body. But if it's going to be, like, Mania and stuff, Oh, that's a sick Bowers. I've fooled him so many times. Troy W., I think that's number 2 or 3. I love Joe Hendry. I love his entrance. That's about all I love about him. I called the shit. I called that it was going to be Joe Hendry. I called it. It was funny because I think I was the only person that said Joe Hendry in the venue. Everybody kept saying Russo or Aleister Black. I was like, nah, that doesn't make sense. Yeah, Jeff Hardy was supposed to be the guy to step in, yes. Because TNA was here. No, and Gio, just again, mind you, it just pissed me. The last match pissed me off. That pissed me off. Everybody's saying that, oh, freaking, night 1's gonna suck. I'm only gonna go to night 2. I was like, bro, I think I had more fun on night 1, or just as much fun on night 1. Because of that triple threat and how good it was. I saw the Macho Man tribute elbow. I saw the fucking tribute Doomsday Device. Like, that's shit that these kids don't really see nowadays, They don't know that they call it a Doomsday Device. They don't know that Legion of Doom or Macho Man. Majority of these kids don't know why they did it, you know? So I was stoked to see that. Like, I know where the movesets come from, obviously, you know? Damian Priest is old school from Taker, you know? I mean, it's just cool to watch that now, you know? Somebody has a camel clutch. I don't remember who does the camel clutch. I seen that on Sunday night. I don't remember who did it. But it was cool to see a camel clutch. Oh, no, I'm sorry. That was Rusev. Yeah, hearing Stone Cold's entrance. Hearing Stone Cold's entrance was cool. Like, you know, there's a lot of positives, but as many of you guys know, the negatives, right? You could win at the casino 10 times and you lose one time at the casino. You're like, fuck, I'm never going gambling again. Yada, yada, yada. You know, it's the negative that you remember, right? Right. But yeah, and then we went to Raw last night and just everything was perfect. That's all I could say. Monday Night Raw was like the most perfect event I've ever been to. You know, started with, we had a couple of dark matches. So they did like they did main event, Saturday night's main event. They did a couple dark matches with like Ludwig Kaiser and stuff. T. Higgins gets a bounty. So they did a few dark matches, and then Cena starting off Raw was pretty cool. And obviously, we knew Orton was coming out because Backlash is in St. Louis, Missouri, his hometown. So we knew Randy Orton was coming. And then watching Io Sky wrestle again. I love Io Sky. Then you saw like Stephanie Vakir. Wow, nice Patty Mahomes. Sick hit. That's a big card. But yeah, we saw Vakir from NXT. She's pretty good. She's pretty damn good. Then you saw Roxanne Perez and Julia come out. I don't really know much about Julia, but I like Roxanne Perez. Bijan. Roxanne Perez is cool. No, I didn't go fighting for him. What's up, Wells? Wells, how was my analysis on both nights, Wells? What is your thoughts? Wells is an expert in this field. Yeet. I'm so tired of yeeting. But Rusev coming out, I didn't understand why Rusev came out when Otis was out there, so if somebody wants to explain that to me. I didn't really care for Rusev back in the day, so... Lloyd. I don't know his moveset or anything. No, not at all, Tolliver. Not at all, bro. Trust me, bro. And I wasn't throwing shade at you, trust me. I'm literally just saying, like... I make good money, not as much as I did at Firestone as general manager, obviously, because we're showing sports cards, but I make a fair amount of money for what I do here. Stingley. Nothing even close to any kind of backer level or anything like that, but, you know, I had enough time to plan for it, you know. I had over a year to know that that was coming. I did. Night one was a little mid. Like, again, I didn't really care. Like, Jacob Fatu, the Jey Uso match was just solid. It was normal. Wasn't anything overly special. And again, I don't mean to, like, repeat myself again, guys. But it wasn't anything overly special. The tag team match was eh. Jacob Fatu is badass. I really like him. Watching him wrestle in person is pretty special. He's cool. The triple threat was awesome. I don't remember what other matches was there. Baselli, others Jaguar spot gets $25 in credit. I think it's other Jaguar spot. And Kincaid. Yeah, and then night two, yeah. The EO triple threat was phenomenal. I mean, fuck, I got so much respect. Mrs. Hamill was crying because she saw Rhea Ripley. She, like, literally broke down in tears. I was cracking up. She doesn't really know about the old school wrestling and the old school days. So for her to like really like get into Rhea's character, I thought that was pretty awesome. I've never heard Mrs. Hammer scream like that in my life. That scream was like a 12-year-old scream, 10-year-old scream. I was like, oh my gosh. No, dude. Can I play it for you guys? Would you guys mind if I, stop this 1 hour break and show like a quick 1 minute clip of it? Is that cool with you guys? Obviously, I'm just taking my time here, so. Here, I'll find it. Oh, that was Lynch. That was Finn Balor. That was Bianca. So this is. Listen to it. Never heard that scream out of her mouth. She gets pissed off at me when I'm on like a roller coaster or something, and I'm like, I've never heard that scream out of her in my life. Like I can tell you right now, like I go on like I do roller coasters or I'll go down, I'll do snowboarding and shit. So I'll let out some anxiety and some nerves and fun and adrenaline. I'll let it out. Trust me. And she gets pissed at me when I do it. She's like, "Don't yell, don't scream, yada yada yada." But when I'm on like a roller coaster or something like that adrenaline rush, oh, I gotta let it out. I can't keep that kind of stuff bottled. But to hear her like just go off like that, I was like, "Oh my god." Yes, he does. Yes. I didn't care for Becky Lynch. I like Lyra. She was cool. Oh, bro, Wells. I know I said this a million times too, guys, and we'll talk about Raw after this probably, but yeah. Everybody was booing Dominic, and as soon as he won the title, everybody was just like, yeah. Love, don't rewind the live stream. We were talking about your screaming at Rhea. Everybody just heard you scream. They said you sound like an eagle. The eagle. We're gonna call her the eagle. Daniel Jones. But yeah, hey Wells, love. I'm not sure. Can you wait till after? Wells, what was your thought on the main event? Let's just skip the BS. And did you expect Joe Hendry? Because I expected Joe Hendry. I knew it was going to be someone from TNA because it didn't make sense for King Henry gets a bounty. Didn't make sense for Orton to engage in something else when I knew Backlash was in his hometown in St. Louis. Let's hear Wells. I need to hear Wells' professional opinion. Kirk. That was perfect because it was lighthearted and fun. It didn't have to be anything more than that. That's why I guess Joe Hendry, or I guess someone from TNA. I didn't think Jeff Hardy would have came out though, which that would have been kind of cool. Kiddo. It was funny. I don't have the video anymore because I forgot to save it from my Instagram because most of it I did was on Instagram until my reception totally cut out. Drink me. That's a sick bowl. So what's your thought on the main event though, Wells? What was your thought on the main event? Because I was pissed. Obviously I think you watched. Oh, here we go. Joe Hendry is a big meme. Joe Hendry started like a year and a half ago with his new theme song from TNA. And if you watch TikTok, which I'm not going to lie, I watch some TikToks when I'm bored. It became kind of like a famous meme where, you know, I'll say his name and he appears. And then, like, you know, it's kind of like a corny fucking song where you're just, everybody's clapping and stuff. So when it was like an open challenge, I was like, this ain't going to be anybody notable. Like, it's too last second for it to be someone notable. So I knew it had to be someone from TNA because TNA had the event on Thursday or Wednesday, the 17th. So I knew it was someone from TNA. And the only person they really crossed from TNA, aside from the TNA's women's champ, was Joe Hendry. It was pretty funny though, like to see Orton just fuck around and have fun. Like RKO him. All of us is telling him, fucking RKO him one more time. He got up, you know, shook his hand, RKO's him one more time. Then he fucking pulls the Joe Hendry. Crack it up. To hear voices in person, I haven't seen him in 19 years. To hear voices in person and to watch him walk out to it was pretty cool. That was my schoolgirl moment right there. Oh, and hearing Stone Cold's glass shattering. Andy Reid. To hear his glass shattering was fucking cool. I was like, no fucking way, it's Stone Cold, holy shit. I get to hear his glass shatter in person for the first time in my life. Shit. Yeah, no, I was just, I was pissed. Well, I was just pissed because, I was like, we were all waiting for Rock. We were all waiting for interference. It just ended too quick, The ending sucked. And then Raw just fucking blew it out of the water. EO, Stephanie Vakir was great. Holland, I think that's Others Fins. Stephanie Vakir was awesome. To see Roxanne Perez getting the call up. We knew she was getting the call up. To see Orton actually RKO Cena was fun. I don't know much about Rusev, so somebody could talk to me about why Rusev interfered with Otis. I don't understand that logic. Somebody else can. Braun Breaker, we knew Braun Breaker was making a world title push, which is why he dropped the title. So that was kind of obvious to me. Assuming he lost, which I had a feeling he was going to drop it. Right. Like if it was a one night Mania and we had like majority of those cards, oh my gosh. I did not get any merch, no. The merch wasn't like special. There wasn't like anything overly unique. Three more guys, 3 more boxes. Good luck. What else did I miss? Yeah, so we'll see what CM Punk and Reigns, if they team up. Rhea, I don't know what the angle is with Rhea. Rhea helping Io Sky. I hope they don't do like tag teams or anything like that. I hope it's one of those things where it's like, they take out the bad guys and then it's like good guy versus good guy. I hope they do one of those. That would be cool. Because I can't look at Io Sky as a bad girl. I can look at Rhea as a bad girl, but she always tweens. She's like a Randy Orton. She always tweens in between good and bad. Prescott. Keon. Hey, Mrs. Hammer said it was okay to look, so. Baker. She said we can look, but we cannot touch. Fake or silver? Worthy. Do you guys have a thought of what's going to happen? Wells or Geo? Do you guys think you guys know or have any ideas? Because I have zero ideas. Leggett. Just curious if you have any predictions. Because I could see the Orton feud concluding with Orton taking the title. Or being the first title holder in the new era. I could see Orton doing that. Because if there's anybody that has the same kind of resume as Cena, it'd be Orton, right? So that would make sense to me. Being the youngest WWE champ. Right. And I think the Orton feud, I think it could pull out for the rest of the year. Especially since Cena don't have to wrestle or anything like that, really. Yes, I know. I'm talking a lot about... Yeah, or Cody, yes. I would like to see, like, Orton take it away, though. Take it away, and then it goes to Cody somehow. I would like to see that. Because that would be kind of a full circle moment, right? Because didn't Orton, Cody Rhodes, Ted DiBiase, weren't they a part of like a faction for a little while? Back like 20 years ago. Right, no, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, I could see something like that happening, yeah. I could see something like that happening.
You get 25%.
Torio? What's up, horsey? Watch out, I'm a little under the weather.
That's because you've been out wrestling all week.
Yeah. Just coughing, I'm just coughing. So just be careful. Anyway, guys, thanks for letting me go on a wrestle rant. It's just fun to like... It's fun because I can tell you guys this, like, I'm so invested after this weekend. Like, I can't get enough. Like, now, like, every Monday I'm going to be glued to my couch. Or actually, it might be Tuesday. There's a Herbert for Steve B. I might have to wait till Tuesday, unless Mrs. Hammer and Blez watches it on Mondays. But if not, I'm watching it. I hope Penta gets a nice push too. Penta, Braun. Liu Fao. Lots of Daniels in this break too. Brissett gets a bounty. I think that's others. Patriots. Like Wilson.
You see this?
I did see the minis.
These are badass.
I did see the minis. I didn't care for them, to be honest with you. Just
I think
I
it's.
didn't know.
But if you had one on your desk or something,
That would be cool.
to commemorate the fact
But-
you're there.
Like this, it says I was there.
I didn't commemorate the fact that I was there.
What about T-shirt?
I didn't know. I didn't buy nothing. I needed to enjoy every minute of it. Like, the good, the bad, the ugly. I just needed it.
So what was it? Every night they had a different one of those, right?
Yeah, one was like a working slot machine. I want to get that one, and that one was the Vegas one.
See, that's where I'm sick. I need all three.
Yeah, dude, Mick Foley was the man, dude. I wish I could have stayed for that whole break. Like, Mick Foley was such a gentleman. I think some way there's a lead up. I think there's a Rollins and Braun split or something like that. I think there's some kind of lead up. But yeah, there's a lot of things we don't know, right? Like CM Punk and Reigns teaming up, that kind of doesn't sound right. You know, Jimmy J and Sami Zayn, like, again, we don't know what's going on. Like, how does that fit into the picture? Is Sammy gonna betray? Jimmy's back, all celebrating with Jay, so it's like, are they gonna tag team? Like, what's happening? Roman Wilson, nice. Lad. Jonathan Stewart. Checkerboard. Odunze.
Hey, Samantha Mata.
Our last stack. I'll go over the bounties again at the end, guys. No worries. No autos in this. Oh, nice silver of May. Sheesh. Rhodey, have a break. Oh, and Ellis. Might be others Broncos. The other spot cleaned up for sure. As we've seen in the past. Jesse Armstead. That's how we end that break. Alright guys, we're going right into Optic Blasters is next.
I wanted to see a stat.
Recap.
Probably hasn't happened too many times, if any.
Are you going to the game today, Horse?
Of course, that's what I was gonna ask you.
I'm not. I'm a little under.
That's right. We'll just take Mrs. Hummel. We don't really.
You can take her, yeah. She's as long as she makes me her chicken dumpling soup, I'm good.
Oh, okay. Don't worry, there'll be more playoff games.
No, I'll be there for sure.
Guaranteed. Oh,
I'm just.
released where the watch parties are yet?
Oops. Forgot to separate the King Henry. We'll see the King Henry again in the next stacks. We did hit you actually quite a few Jadens there. It wasn't terrible. No true rookie Jadens though, like the silvers and stuff like that. That's what we were hoping for. Couple of Mays, couple of Bowers was nice. Here's your bounties, guys. $25 a crack. King Henry gets a bounty. Ellis, Brissett, Leggett, and Holland. Higgins, Baselli, Okereke, Vita, and Mark Andrews, which I'll be honest with you guys, I think that's all other spots. But I'll triple check. We'll add in $25 in credit to your accounts, guys. And that is the break, everybody. Thank you, guys.